Hey, good evening. It's Tuesday evening, March 30th. Thanks again for being here tonight. It's a joy to be with you. This is Easter week, so we're thinking about themes that are related to Easter. But also, I mentioned this morning about, a family sending in some questions. And tonight I'm going to address a question raised by an 8-year-old. And it's an amazingly insightful, important question to ask. And the question she asked is, how do you keep from overreacting when life gets a little bit stressful, when life gets full, when we have issues and problems? How do you keep from overreacting? Well, I don't care if you're 8 or 38 or 80, that is the right question to ask. And it's a very insightful question for us to ask. How do we keep from overreacting? Well, the Bible has answers, like it always does, especially to really brilliant, insightful questions like this one. Psalm 46 speaks of momentous things happening, mountains falling into the sea, the churning of the waves, crashing of waves, and the psalmist says it's okay. Even when these things happen, God is in control. And the psalmist speaks of a river who brings joy to the city of our God, the sacred home of the Most High. And this, where God dwells now, is within us in the city of God. God dwells in that city, and it cannot be destroyed. From the very break of day, God will protect it. This river of life, this river of bringing joy to us, is what is going to secure us and give us peace. Jesus refers to the rivers of life. Ezekiel refers to life from the water of God, the sprinkling of God. We can be still and know that God is in control. And that's how Psalm 46 ends. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. In other words, you can chill. You can take it easy. You don't have to overreact. God is in control. And his mercy is flowing through us like this glorious river. But this river reference in Psalm 46, let's not lose sight of what's happening here. The Garden of Eden, before the fall, spoken of in all of its beauty and majesty, there's a river that flowed from the land of Eden, watering the garden and dividing into 4 branches. This beautiful garden is what the psalmist is referring to in Psalm 46. This river that brings joy and life. And then in Revelation 22, we read this. This is last chapter of the Bible. An angel's talking to John and says, the angel showed me, John, a river with the water of life, clear as crystal, flowing from the throne of God and into the Lamb, and of the Lamb. It flowed down the center of the main street. On each side of the river grew a tree of life, bearing 12 crops of fruit, and with a fresh crop for each month. The leaves were used for medicine to heal the nations. See, this imagery of this water of God, river of God, flowing through you is what brings us our peace. God is with us. So the answer to this question, how can I keep from overreacting? God is with you. The river of life is with you. The peaceful waters that calm our hearts are with us, because that's what God does. It's a beautiful theme. The music that you're hearing tonight by Sharon Gerber is speaking of a river that flows in you. The artist's thumbnail tonight by Michael Carroll depicts this scene in Revelation 22 of this glorious river of God. We can be at peace because the waters of life flow in us. We have the strength of God. We know he's there. We can be still and trust him. We don't have to overreact. because nothing is happening that's outside of God's control. And that brings the peace that we need to be calm, to be patient, and to be joyful in the midst of any kind of trial. Thanks so much for the beautiful question. Thank you for interacting with me, and love your comments and feedback. Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow. Again, thanks so much for being here tonight. Lord bless you, and be at peace, because the river of life, that river of joy, it flows in you too. You have a great night. Bye-bye.